All right, I'm Mike Moranto, Senior Associate Athletic Director at Daemen College, and I'm joined right now by our head women's volleyball coach, Stephanie Albano. We're continuing our Daemen at a Distance series. I want to thank you for joining me today for a few minutes, Coach. Let's start with taking a look back at your fall season. Pretty solid overall. You guys finished 16-12, 5-5 in the East Coast Conference, made the third conference tournament berth in the last 4 years. Take me through, what did you see out of your team last season?
Sure. Last season, I know from a record standpoint, it looks like we had like a good season. Obviously, we won a lot of matches. It was hard for us because our expectation level is pretty high, because in 2018, we did win the conference. We returned a lot of our roster, and it's one of those things where until you experience the, hey, we won, we have everyone back, how hard it is to like repeat. There's a reason why teams across like every professional level, whatever, Olympic level, it's so hard to repeat. And we kind of learned that throughout, and it was hard, and we took our bumps, and I think we had opportunities. We played so many 5-set matches, and we just, I think we won maybe one of those, and that if we would have won 1-2, like I think that helps us build momentum, and then we can catch some fire. All said and done, when we went to the conference championship, I was really, really proud of our team and for how hard we played. We came out against Bridgeport with our game plan. We served short, like we really took it to them, and we had them in the fourth set too. We had the lead, and then we ended up losing 26-24. So it was really so close, and we battled. And those are the kind of matches, and you tell your team this all the time, like, hey, like we want to battle and play hard, and if we lose, we lose. At the end of the day, if we gave forth the best effort, that's all we can ask for. So to end on that note, although it wasn't ideal, I just think that it was really great for our team to see, like, hey, we could have beat them, and Malloy, and both Malloy and Bridgeport were in the Sweet 16. So it wasn't our year from that standpoint, but we learned a lot from this past season.
And some changes within the league last fall as well. Some teams that had been staples, near the top of the league, LIU Post, New York Tech, no longer in the league. So I guess, how did you kind of deal with that? I think that maybe forced you to play a little bit difficult non-conference schedule as well, to kind of boost your resume a little bit.
Yeah, that's always a challenge, especially for us and where we're located. We're the furthest west team in our region, and in Division II, you want to play these in-region matches to give yourself a better shot to be ranked in the region and then get an at-large bid. So losing NYT and LIU Post was really, really tough for our conference, because they're both teams that are traditionally pretty good, and they make the NCAA tournament, and they're at the top of our conference, and they're always in the standings. So losing them, I think, hurt us, because in 2018 we had an opportunity to play them. We beat them, we build confidence. And like this year, we didn't have those two matches to help us build confidence, to make our conference stronger as well. So it was definitely a big hit, and again, makes it harder for us to challenge for an at-large bid, because we don't have a large number of teams in our conference.
How about individually speaking? I guess we'll start with your two seniors that played a big role for you last year. And really for the last couple of years, Meg Ballou and Courtney Bernard, both of those players were all conference players for you. How did you see their seasons go?
They both had really great seasons, and they're such a big part of our team. And like, this is going to be weird for me this coming year, because this will be the first year that Courtney Bernard is not a part of our team, because she was a fifth-year senior, and I've been coaching at Daemen for 5 years, so that'll be an adjustment. I told her, I'm like, hey, you want to stay for a 6th year? Not having her, and she battled through a lot in terms of different injuries and things that she was managing, and you would never be able to tell just by watching her play everything that she was battling through. And she's just such a steady force for us, and from a leadership standpoint, she's definitely going to be missed from that aspect. And she had a really great career, so I'm really proud of everything that she's done at Daemen and for the team and for the program. And then same thing with Meg. Like, Meg Ballou is in a really challenging major, being a physician's assistant, and she not only like does so well in that program. She also does really well on the volleyball court, and she's been an all-conference player, I think, 3 of the years that she's been on the team, and she's helped, again, bring the program to a new height. So she'll definitely be someone that we miss, and she's just a personality that talks and is a leader naturally, and not having her around, it'll be hard to replace.
How about anybody else stand out for you individually last fall?
I think there was some different players that stood out, and it was, again, we always talk about the depth of our team and how we have a lot of depth. So we asked different people to do some different things at different times. I think, from a setting standpoint, Hannah McKee came in and was able to run an offense for us when we needed her, so that was great. I really would love to give props to Issa McCaffrey. She didn't play as much on the court, but the role that she played and the teammate that she was, it was just amazing. So that really doesn't show on the stats, but it was really great for her to be that person, to be that teammate for the rest of the team. Georgia Wicker, I thought, did a really good job just in whatever role we needed her in. She set in the beginning of the year, she DS'd, and she played libero, so she kind of goes in and out. Jen Harritz was an all-conference selection this year for the first time. Again, she's somebody that we rely on to play any position that we need. So she started off on the right side when we were in a different offensive system. Then we used her on the outside when we had some injuries on the outside, and then we put her into the middle to end the year. So someone that we just asked to play, she doesn't really skip a beat in making that transition to any of those positions.
Sure. Before we get into the well, I guess let's jump to the pandemic. This situation that we're all dealing with right now. How are you doing with the social distancing? I know you got a couple of little ones at home with you and your husband there. Just how are you doing with everything?
I miss the gym. The gym is my place, and touching a volleyball is my thing, and that's hard. In terms of me and my family, we're in a really great spot. No one that I know personally has been affected by the coronavirus. I'm just grateful for that. Spring has sprung, so at least it's been nice out, so we've been able to get outside. So we've been, in terms of my household, have been managing it okay. And it hasn't been, I thought it would be worse than what it is, in all honesty, in terms of the kids. And it's been good. I've been going for runs every day, which really helps me clear my mind. And I've been gutting my house, cleansing, just things to keep busy.
And getting in the driveway with Mackenzie, practicing some setting and bumping and spiking.
Yes, we did. We may have made a recruiting video for my 4-year-old. Just saying, 30 recruit.
It may or may not be appearing over the top of this right now.
Yeah, so that it didn't start as that. I was just taping some stuff, and then it evolved into this. I thought it was funny. So I sent it to some coaching friends asking if they're ready to recruit for 2033 yet.
How about your team? So this kind of obviously it came down in the middle of March. You guys were in the middle of your spring season, which for anybody that doesn't know, you're permitted to practice so many days a week. You're permitted to play a couple of scrimmages against other teams. I guess take me through how this was communicated to the team, and everything that you're doing now as the head of this program to support your student athletes.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where our team made a fun graphic about diving into spring break, see you in a week, right? 1 week has now turned into 5. Again, being a fall sport, we're very lucky because we already had our championship season. So my heart goes out to all the spring sport athletes that didn't get to finish, all the seniors. Our women's basketball team, for the first time that they're made it to the NCAA tournament, they didn't even have a chance to play in that tournament. Our men's basketball team, who I was really excited to just watch them go on a run in that tournament, didn't get to play. So for us not to have a spring season, it's really not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. So I think just putting things in perspective really helps. And that's kind of what I shared with the girls when it first happened, to be like, just, you know, this is also a reminder that something can be taken away from us without any control and just a blink of an eye, and how it is important to be grateful for these opportunities and have that reminder. And from there, I mean, it's been kind of nice because how we structured our spring and some of the stuff that we've been doing throughout the spring in person has translated virtually. So we have squads within our team, so just smaller groups. So what we've done is each squad has a team lead, and they've been doing FaceTime sessions every week with their squad. And we give them different prompts. So like last week, it was a podcast. This week, they're going to show each other their house, like give a tour of their house, show a favorite item. So we're just doing things like that to have them learn more about each other. Like you wouldn't necessarily ever see your teammate's house, right? So it's really cool to have technology to even be able to do that. So again, we're in a really fortunate position that technology enables us to still stay connected. And I think another important thing for me was like, hey, is everyone going to be okay? I mean, I can only imagine if I was in college and told like, you can't go back. I'd be like, what? Like now I don't have volleyball. I don't have my friends. I'm moving back with my parents. I have to try to take my classes online. Like, holy cow, that's just a lot. So I've just been trying to provide them some routine and structure. And so they all did create Google calendars for me. So that way they have a routine, because it's hard when you can't go anywhere. So just trying to create as much normal as possible and stay connected.
So, and I realize that this question, there might be some uncertainty because of the situation that we're in. Nobody really knows, you know, when things are going to get back to normal, but assuming that they do go back to normal in time for you guys to have a 2020 season come the fall, you know, where do we stand with the program? You know, who do we have coming in recruiting? How has this situation affected your recruiting?
So fortunately for us, we were in a really good spot in terms of recruiting and our team. So again, we only graduated two. We graduated Meg and Courtney. So this spring we had a very large roster. We had 14. And this spring we brought in a transfer outside from Southern Indiana, and Jordan Martin. So she was added to our team. So we have 14, and then we have 3 incoming freshmen. So that puts our roster at 17. So we're in pretty good shape, and we're excited about our incoming freshmen. Vanessa and Dunya are both from the Chicago area, from Sky High, which 2 of our current players are from the Sky High Volleyball Club. Vanessa's a middle who's really athletic and quick and should be able to push some of our middles right from the beginning. And then Dunya's a setter, so she'll be able to push and compete from the beginning. And then we also have Jasmine, who's local, comes from St. Mary's High School, and we know that they're a really great high school program in this area, and she's a libero. And we have a couple liberos in our team, 2 of them are seniors, so it'll be really great for her to learn from them and then be able to fight for that spot as well.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you for taking a couple of minutes to join me today, and wish you the best of luck, not only with your social distancing, but with the continued spread of your 2033 recruiting video for Mackenzie.
Appreciate that.
So thanks again. Wish you the best, Steph, and we'll be in touch soon, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks.
See ya.